We rolling. Hey, fellas, we back again. First time y'all saw us as a group, we was talking about our Dallas Cowboys and how they let us down. Now we're talking about the whole wild card weekend, and it was a wild card weekend. Eagles, terrible. Baker's looking better. Mahomes and the Eagles and the Chiefs look really good. We got Josh Allen toting the rock, not turning it over. Lions doing what they're doing. So we got a lot to talk about today. But we got to start it off with Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. That's like Brady, Manning. I would say Mahomes is Brady, and you got two Mannings with literally Burrow when he's healthy, and then Allen. So he got kind of the two Mannings on his side. Burrow hurt, but those are the guys. So we got to start with that because that's what everybody wants to see. That's probably going to be the game that everybody wants to watch. Josh Allen at home versus Patrick Mahomes in his first away playoff game. That's crazy enough right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
He got 2 Super Bowl victories.
Never had to go
for 5 on 6, and this is his first away game. So we'll start with Will. Tell me what you think is going to happen in Buffalo.
I can't say I know what's going to happen in Buffalo because, like you said, I've never seen this before. And I'm somebody who's, I hold everybody to the fire. I don't do no, celebrity worship, none of that. I've always held Allen, for his turnovers and all that. So we can talk about all that. I believe, I'll tell you this. I can't say what's going to happen. I say if Mahomes does win and manages to go to an NFC championship with this group of receivers, bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, he don't even got an Edelman, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong. I love the rookie Rachy, right? But he doesn't have nobody where we're like, we can count on it. Nobody, bro. Nobody. I don't even know how they're still in it.
Facts.
And Allen, he's playing for his legacy, to be honest, because I believe we mentioned him being the Manning or possibly Burrow. Burrow been to the Super Bowl. Right now, Allen is in danger of becoming Rivers, okay? A dude who was really good, lit it up, but did never go nowhere with it.
Facts.
So that's I'm to be honest, I'm just anxious to see what happens. If he doesn't turn the ball over, if Allen doesn't turn the ball over, I think the Bills flip him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like I said, I think more of, like I said, definitely more of a River since he hasn't got to the Super Bowl. I think in the hype, the Manning Brady, just because he is a great quarterback. But that brings up a good point. We're not going to get off tangent, but Allen don't get talked about, and they've won playoff games, and Lamar hasn't won as much as he should. But Allen kind of slides right under
the radar.
That criticism of how good you are, and you ain't. And they had the chance when they tricked it off, and they should have went to the Super Bowl, but you still didn't win, and it is what it is. So, what about you, Devin? How you see this kind of playing out with Kansas City going up to Buffalo?
Man, I'm gonna tell you this: I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid from what Kansas City did last week, and the reason why. Miami, cold weather. Miami got all those pieces missing on defense. The Chiefs have showed us what they are, fellas. Let's just be honest. I think offensively they showed us all year what they are. And I believe that they are a team offensively that's still a shell of themselves of what they've been in the past. I do love Rashee Rice. Of course, I think that is his weapon right now for us outside the numbers. I think that's his receiver right now, his go-to guy. But I'm even with Kelsey dropping balls, and he's dropping balls right now. It's surprising to me. I will tell you this: Josh Allen got to win this game. I do think that this is a huge game for him, and I think they win it if he don't turn the ball over. If he don't turn the ball over, I think they win this game. And you definitely said something when you say he kind of skates underneath the radar a little bit, because it kills me when I hear analysts talk about him. It's always, he's great, the intangibles, this, that, and they don't hammer him like they should, I feel like, with them turnovers, man. But I think if he wins this game, I think I think they possibly play Baltimore. I'm going ahead of myself here. And then they possibly can go to the Super Bowl, man. So I think this is a huge game, but I think Bills take this one.
Facts. So what do we say if he loses this game versus a Chiefs team that's out of whack? Does that because think about it. Remember at the beginning of the year, they were doing this. They were going down. And it was the first time people were kind of getting on his case, but then boom. If he loses this one, does this I feel like it'll feel like what people are feeling with Dak right now. It was a chance of, because Dak I'm not saying we were expecting him to win the Super Bowl, but I feel like this was a year where we were expecting them to go to the NFC Championship, and this was a great year.
You got a great team,
right? You got the Lions, you got the Packers. The NFC's really not that tough outside. Not saying that tough, but on paper, it's you and the 49ers because we knew what the Eagles were.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like this is kind of the same thing. It's like, Allen, you got to lay up the best because the Chiefs going to reconfigure in the offseason.
Yep.
They know they got to
Burrow coming back.
Burrow's coming back, right? And there's a lot of things happening. I feel like it's going to be kind of that same, Dax led the league in pass and this and that. Allen got back. He ended the year really well. And I think this loss will kind of be the same for both of them of like, dang, we thought this was the year where y'all both kind of break through to that next level. So what you got, Justin, how you feel about the matchup?
Man, about the matchup, Mahomes going on that road game. Hey, right there, this ends their season. The Bills are going to come in, and their defense is going to play hot. They're going to be on the receivers. He got two people, real talk, Rice and Kelsey. Kelsey too worried about Taylor Swift in the stands than catching balls. So at the end of the day, he got Rice. So once again, I do see Buffalo with Mahomes sitting back a little too long because none of his receivers can get open and run the right routes. Buffalo's front seven is going to get after him. He'll have 2 interceptions. They're going to end up losing. Now, as far as with my boy Josh Allen, it's his time. It's make a break for you because you don't want to have to be like a type of Romo or, even Dak this season, like, hey, somebody who can, you can ball, you can make some plays, you win some games. But when it comes to it, are you actually going to take this team to the next level? If you can't win a damn playoff game, then you might as well stay home, man.
Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all feel like, because I'm old enough to remember when Peyton Manning had the struggles where he couldn't get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes we try to fast track guys' careers so much and put legacy games on guys quick. I do feel like this is one, don't get me wrong, but I think even if he does lose it, I think it's easy for us to pile on right now, and not just uncover the layers of it, look at how they lose and things of that nature. But I do remember Peyton Manning struggling for years before he finally broke through. And so I think if he does lose it, I think we'll, of course, have that knee-jerk reaction. But this is one that, he does need to win. But, we can't be too knee-jerk on him.
I think I posted about that. Lamar's 1-3. Peyton Manning was 1-3. Yeah. Peyton had like 200 total yards through his first 4 games. He had like some crazy bad stats through like his first 4 playoff starts where I don't think he threw like for 400 yards combined in all 4 of them. Like it was very, very bad. And I was telling people about that with Lamar as well. Like y'all make it seem like he only got 1 or 2 years left in his career.
True.
I'm like, bro, these dudes is playing 18 years. They on year 4, 6, 5. Like as long as they stay healthy, they will literally all them quarterbacks get another 10 shots in the playoffs because they're those type of quarterbacks and they're going to get those opportunities from the divisions they're in. But no, that's a good point. I just think when you're a top 5 guy, right, it's expectations on anything, right? And then especially when you're playing against an undermanned Chiefs team, I think that ramps it up. If this is regular Chiefs from last year, it's like, dang, if Allen pulls this off, he's a dog. Now it's like, if Allen does not pull this off,
it's a problem.
He ain't nothing. Hey, like they start talking that Dak talk. We need to get one in the draft, man. Start rebuilding. Like start talking that goofy. And then I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you. A whole different point with the Cowboys.
Also with Allen, you got to think about this. They don't win. Hey, Diggs probably, people gonna want out. So then you have to look with, hey, I ain't got the same receiving core. He gonna sit there and be like Pat Mahomes is, this season. So which it really can hurt him in the in the long run if people want out and not trying to re-sign or anything. So that's they have that issue too. That I still think that's on the table because that Diggs is on the table for what's happening this weekend. So if they're able to take it and move forward, then they'll be able to keep most of their talent. But if they lose, then it's a bad situation. They'll be in the same situation as the Chiefs are in now.
Yeah, I
Just
believe
think
Diggs is
about
gone.
Diggs. That's a good point. Before we
He's
move
gone
on,
if they get embarrassed.
Diggs was already ticked. Remember, coming into this year, hey, them Diggs brothers, bro, they got a lot of emotion flowing.
Them
through
boys
their body.
emotional.
Hey,
Them boys
They
emotional.
got a lot of emotion
Man,
flowing
look.
and
through
them
their
feelings.
body. But since we're on the AFC side, we brought up Lamar a couple of times. We got Lamar Jackson versus Stroud, CJ.
Woo.
This man,
Man.
with his quarterback, with his coach, both rookies in their jobs, took the worst team, franchise, organization, everything, not just the team on the field, the franchise, organization, how it was built, managed, took them, and they got a playoff win, won a division. Lamar has to win this game versus that team. We're talking about Allen. Lamar cannot lose. Like, Lamar might be the first quarterback, but how they be hating get his money taken back after the season. They be hating on Lamar. Everybody like, give the money back. Like,
All that love is gonna flip so fast.
Right.
Bro, I
All
love
that
it.
love is
And
gonna
on
flip
an
so
MVP
fast.
year.
Facts.
And on an MVP year where he won the MVP because of what they did as
You
a
lose
team.
this game, don't come to the award show.
Yeah. So
Don't send a representative. Don't come to the award show.
I love CJ, and I would love to see him excel, but not this year.
Right?
Not this year, bro.
I'm conflicted.
Bro, let my boy Lamar go, and you can be Lamar head in for the
We
rest of your
conflicted
career.
as black
But
men
this
right
year,
now.
Lamar got to win. So, Devin, tell me what you think has to happen in that game, regardless, either side.
CJ proved me wrong last week, man. Like, and don't get me wrong, I knew he could ball. He had been doing it all year. I knew he could play. He had been balling. But I thought that Cleveland's defense was going to be able to rattle him and get to him, especially in his first playoff game. And that didn't happen. Like, they scheming stuff up for him, getting him in a rhythm early, and he's making tough throws, even with pressure in his face. He's making tough throws, man. And so I can see the same thing happening because with Baltimore having that break, when you playing hot and they're looking as good as they were looking, then you hit that pause button, you got the bye, you got a break. Lamar was looking amazing that last week, his last couple of weeks, I'm sorry. So I really feel like the Texans can come in here and get them one. They really can, man, because all the pressure is on Baltimore. Now Houston's won a game in the playoffs. They're playing with house money, bro. Nobody expects them to win. So it's something to be said when you just going out there, putting it all online, just going for it. Houston can definitely get them one, man, especially if they can control the ball, not turn the ball over. Houston can win this game. I can see Houston winning it.
This feels like the Cowboys and the Packers again.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say that
it
is
has
because
a lot
you
of
got a
air,
Jordan
man.
Love and a CJ Stroud that don't know that you ain't supposed to be this
You ain't
good
supposed to
right
be
now.
here yet. You ain't supposed to be here yet.
And when you
Pressure's
playing
on
like
this
that,
side, this dude really ain't got nothing to lose.
yep. What you we'll go up top on my screen at least. What you got, Justin? How you feel about the game?
Man, I feel like Devin said, Houston. I really in my heart, I feel like they have a shot. They do have a shot of beating the Ravens, and basically because C.J. Stroud is not playing like a rookie. He's playing like a fifth-year veteran. He's poised. He's out there not making those rookie mistakes, not turning the ball over. Hey, you already know. He even hit the baby boy in the end zone. So he's coming in here. Hey, he's knocking those down. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna get here, get his offense going, and I do see him and Nico Collins putting up some points and going hard on them boys. But Lamar Jackson, I mean, he's there. He's gonna have the defense on their skates. So it's with him. If they can get their running game going and then get some play action in and let him actually move around in the pocket and be able to make some throws outside the box, they're gonna be all right. I want the Texans to win, but to tell you the truth, I think Lamar and them will pull it out on a double-digit win.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be one of them ones, man. I'm excited for the AFC side. I'm just excited for the AFC side. The NFC side is like, but because I feel like the stars on the AFC side right now, right? The traditional stars. What you feel about the game, Will?
Man, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't even mind making a prediction on this one because I hear what y'all saying, and I start to feel it's kind of the same way. but that was coming out of the regular season. I feel like playoff games are very high emotion, and I feel like it's just as probable that the opposite happens, that the Houston Texans used up too much emotional energy in that game. They got that monkey off their back. They were trash. Now they got the playoffs. Really, for both Ryans and Stroud, they're already – this season was a success no matter what happens. So they're playing with house money, but at the same time, it's so hard, man, and everybody that's ever been on the field on any level to get yourself really hyped every single time. And sometimes as the top seed or as the team has been waiting, I remember like Little League for the championship, one of my coaches, the head coach, we wouldn't tackle all week because he said when we get there, we want them ready to hit, anxious to hit, wanting to hit. You know what I mean? So while they might come in, if they can keep the fire lit, the Texans might give them a run for their money. But if they got extra excited, we're partying, really excited because they got one playoff win, Lamar is playing for more than that.
Yeah.
And he's been disappointed. He's been shut down. He's been talked about already. And he ain't trying to go back to that. And to be honest, and as a Cowboy fan, it hurts my heart to say it. He made up different stuff than Dak is. He does. He has that swagger, and they not coming in completely unprepared. Odell has Super Bowl experience. He's made bad playoff mistakes. They're not going to Cancun. All right. They ain't going on the boat. They make jokes about
with their shirt off. With their shirt off.
I expect the Ravens to come out ready. I expect them to come out hot. And I don't think the Harbaugh brother wants to see his brother win that chip and come get one and done like this. And I think he's a competitive dude too. So I expect the Ravens to come and take care of business pretty handily, and the Texans to lead proud of their season, but for Lamar to show him why he's the MVP tomorrow. Or next week.
100%. 100%. I can't wait to see that. Let's go over to the NFC side, man. And we'll go to the most recent game. The Eagles cry. Literally. Had Kelsey crying, tearing up on the sideline. He knew he was done. He seen it was still like 9 minutes in the game, and he was up there looking like, yep, this one's over.
Hang it up.
10-1 to 11-7 when you end the season. Losing, 6 out of the last 7. Jalen Hurts doesn't look the same. Coach is up on the chopping block. AJ Brown, his situation at the end of the season, he didn't look happy. He gets hurt. Everything that Slay, we don't even want to play at home because we don't want to hear the boos. Like, the list can go on. Like,
embarrassing.
Where do the Eagles go after this last 2 months of their season, Will?
Hold on, I'm just playing. Man, look, I ain't gonna sit here and act like I wasn't happy that they lost. I would love to be a Cowboy fan. We ain't got no right to talk. Damn that. Omar say, damn that. Man, look, they would do it tough. I'll be damned. It's the Saints ain't even make the playoffs. I can't get Saints fans to shut up about our loss. So dang right, I was happy. But man, look, as a team, they're talking about coaching and a bunch of other stuff. I think there are parts of their roster that they got to figure out the same way the Cowboys do. And I think they need to figure out that offense very quickly because it's too easy to figure out. It was very simple, but it was working because their quarterback is so athletic and so dynamic, and he was those things. And I think Hurts didn't mentally deal with some of the things that benefited him last year as far as social image and media flipping on him. I don't think he psychologically adjusted, and that's just me. We always talk about other quarterbacks and stuff they do that's kind of cheesy. Forget the here we go. Does anybody want to talk about them quotes that he keep giving? You know what I mean? Like he got a book of Psalms or something he read from every time they ask him a football question.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It's like
I said you got to until he stops acting like Plato and Socrates. Giving philosophy.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
And literally players yelling at him on the sideline, everybody else getting hyped, and Hurts is like.
He reminded me of that dude from the Boondocks.
That only works when you're at the top and you're winning. When it goes bad, them grown men want to see you care just as much as them. Brady,
they don't want to see you placating. They don't want to see that, bro.
Brady has broke that iPad. Manning has went off on the lineman. Like, I'm not saying you have to be that at all times, but they got to see that you care like them. And sometimes, and I'm not saying he doesn't, because you don't do as good as he's done and go through the ups and downs throughout college in the league and get where he's at. But at some point, it's still like, it's like that relationship with your wife. She knows you love her, but she wants you to show her and tell
You
her
gotta
that
show.
someone is with her.
You gotta show. She don't want to hear a fancy quote. She don't want that. Who was that? The Samuel L. Jackson played in the Boondocks. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like they'll be like, "Hey, Jalen, why don't you have more passing yards today? And why do they keep running you? You need her." The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. He's like, bro, did nobody ask you nothing about no evidence? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Just because my yards don't exist does not mean they don't exist somewhere else. Like, next question, Jalen. I'm done with this interview, man.
Man.
I'm mad, bro.
It's crazy though, because I mean, when you want that out of your quarterback, yes, you want that fiery side, but you also want an even kill guy, right? So it's almost like when you win, it's cool. When you losing, it's not. And let's just be honest. I'm waiting for something. I'm waiting for the news to drop about what happened in that locker room, because something happened. You don't fall off like that, like they did, and it not be something that went on. In my opinion, I think they just look disjointed as a team. You didn't see the unity anymore. You didn't see the fire anymore. Something happened. On top of that, I really feel like they're going to have to decide on their coach, but I think it's crazy that they have to make that decision. The reason why is because you just played in the Super Bowl last year. You had got that 10-1 record. Now don't get me wrong, you slipped towards the end. I think that they have to give him another year. I think it's crazy that we're talking like that, but then we do got to look at the options that are out there. So that's why we're having that discussion, because you got a Belichick, you got a Harbaugh, you got some guys that's out there. So that's why we got to have this discussion. But I think that he's been good enough, if we're going to be honest. But championships are what matter, and their owner has showed, Lurie has showed that he ain't got patience for a lot of cats. He will get you up out of there. Peterson won one, and I think a couple of years later he was out of there, so it happens, It's what have you done for me lately? But I'm waiting to find out what really went on in that locker room. Who gonna speak on it, honestly?
AJ Brown.
Oh yeah, AJ gonna say his piece.
AJ gonna get it out.
Yeah, I think I'm with Devin. Something happened in that locker room, especially for them to implode mid-season. Like, to go from 10-1 and drop 6 out of the last 7, something had to happen. Hey. Like AJ Brown, he wasn't hurt. So it was bigger than that. That's a reason that's bigger than being hurt. But to tell you the truth, from Jalen Hurts down to the defense, with Jalen Hurts, he's trying to go out there and be a lead by example quarterback. It's like, bro, you're in the NFL. Get your boys hyped. Talk to your linemen. Talk to your receivers. You should be sitting there game planning on the sideline, like all the greats. Brady, even Mahomes, like they're on the sideline. They're hyping their guys up. Hey, look, we're watching film on them tablets. This is what you did wrong. This is what I want you to do. But no, Jalen Hurts, like Will and DP said, he trying to be Plato, Socrates, maybe a new age Tupac. We don't know. But hey, at the end of the day, the Eagles D, they messed up too yesterday. And the thing is, they were giving up big plays. Felt like they were going through the motions, letting Baker Mayfield tear you apart. All right, now, hey, it's either y'all playing really bad or Baker Mayfield got really good.
Shake and bake.
Hey, facts, but I do see the Eagles giving their coach one more year. I don't see him getting fired this year, especially after that Super Bowl trip. Then they made the wild card, and I say he should at least have one more year. But like y'all said, NFL not for long, so you never know.
Facts.
What do you think caused Jalen? I think what made them most effective offensively was him using his legs, right? And do we think that the knee injury lingered all season to stop them from running him? What do y'all think caused them to stop running? I was glad that they stopped running, but why?
I think being hurt a little bit, you get self-conscious about not getting hurt again. You just got paid, so you don't want to get hurt and not play like a Joe Burrow. You're a black quarterback, so you get caught in that, I want to show you I can throw the ball. Like, there's a lot of little things. I'm dinged up, then I don't want to get dinged up more. I just got paid, so if I do get dinged up more, I want to show y'all that now that I got paid, I can sit there because that's what usually happens after they get paid. Now they can play the style that they want to because a lot of running quarterbacks don't want to run. Mm-hmm. But they do it to get paid, and as soon as they get paid, now it don't matter. I'm about to play how I want to. Mm-hmm. Right? I ain't got to take all them same type of hits. So I think it's just a little bit of everything that went into it. Then you got two really good wide receivers. Running backs doing good, so they didn't call as many plays for him as well. So it was a mixture of everything. I don't think it was that he just didn't want to run. I think it was just a little bit of everything, and before you knew it, it's like, dang, we just not running.
Do y'all feel like we got to credit the 49ers for that? And I'm a Cowboys fan. I wish we could have been us first, but after the 49ers game, everything fell apart. And they literally walked out the locker room. We just gave them the blueprint, so hopefully the Cowboys take care of business. And we did. We did exactly because what we've been doing, everybody's been keeping him from running. Mm-hmm. They keep him in the pocket. And if he want to run, he got to go in between the tackles and do all that. And I don't know if you all saw it last night. The other thing the 49ers did that everybody's been doing is punishing him like they used to punish Cam in that season that pretty much ended his career. Even if he slides, they're like, I'll take the 15. He about to take this. Yeah. He about to take this hit. Ain't going to be no slide. You get 5 or 10, and then we going to just, I'm going to go ahead and take my 15.
I think the 49ers gave him blueprint, but also if you look even last, I think people kind of have known blitz him, and if you look last night, he was getting blitzed left and right. They was coming at his head, and
why couldn't they pick it up, bro? They refused to pick it up. There was a free runner on half the plays. They wasn't just blitzing. Like OC wasn't even leaving nobody in. I'm like, bro.
Hey, the line played horrible, man. Yeah. Horrible.
Facts. Well, let's talk about Baker and Goff. Who is more impressive from their bottom to rising? So we know Goff, first pick of the draft, Baker, first pick of the draft. Goff goes from the Rams, goes to the Super Bowl. They lose. They get him up out of there quick. Matt Stafford wins the Super Bowl. People are, including myself, I'm thinking you send Goff to Detroit with what they're doing, his career will be over in the next year if he makes it through that year as a starter. You just didn't see it because think about all the weapons in the play caller he has and he's not performing. And you like, you get a new coach and Mr. Kneecaps and all that. You like, it's over. But then on the flip side, you got Baker. This man done played like on 8 teams. This dude was literally on the defensive side of the ball last year for the Panthers running scout team linemen, defensive linemen. Yeah. So what he's doing now, taking a low contract with incentives and hitting all of them. Who do you think, Justin, we'll start with, has had the better and more impressive comeback from where they were not too long ago?
Like you said, I would go with Baker. I mean, Baker has been playing great this year. I mean, he's made some mistakes, but he's been playing super well. He has a good offense, and basically, they're helping to rely on the running game, which opens up that passing game for him. But like you said, man, from Baker going from scout team defensive lineman to playing in the divisional game, that's great right there. And then also he has gotten over $2.85 million in incentives. On top of I think his salary is $4 million this year. Mm-hmm. So I mean, hey, he came this season and he handled business. He was like, hey, I'm gonna take that cut. I'm gonna win the starting position. I'm balling. Because remember, at the beginning of the season, he wasn't really the designated starter. Yeah. He had to go out there and get it. Yeah. So and that's what he did. He showed that he could go through that adversity. I mean, I'm not sure about anybody else, but if you go from starter to scout team and not even in your position, not even on the same damn side of the ball, they have you as a 220-pound, 6-foot defensive lineman and you're a quarterback? Nah, man, it's a slap in the face.
First pick of the draft quarterback.
First pick of the draft too. Heisman winner. Playing scout team defensive line. Hey, he showed them. That's all I'm gonna say. Baker showed them.
Facts. What you got, Will?
Man, I like Dan Campbell. And I want to ride with the Lions really, really bad. But halfway through my fantasy season, I was messing with Allen. And after he laid up some of them high turnover duck season before they changed offenses, I picked up Baker, man, because somebody was fool enough to drop him, and he saved quite a few games for me. So, it's a crazy bias to have, but hey, man, but real talk, man, Baker has been phenomenal this year, and I have never been like a big Baker fan and all that kind of stuff. But Baker has been phenomenal, and like he said, he went to the bottom of the bottom, and he fought his way back. And he's not even at the top yet, and I think he has the personality where that's where he wants to be. So, like what we talked about the last time, I don't really fear him, like, getting satisfied because he's nowhere near what he wants to be. If he's already earned himself a $25 million contract because he ain't playing for what he's playing for now next year, I think he wants the 40. If he can go to the Super Bowl, he is going to give it everything he's got to go to the Super Bowl. Like, they didn't just beat the Eagles because the Eagles laid down. The Eagles defense held them down as long as they could. Baker took some big hits too. Big hits from Fletcher Cox and some other guys. They were tearing him a new one, and he kept coming. He kept coming, and he kept coming. Goff, I feel like I've seen in games where if you can get your hands on him, if you really touch Goff up for real, he folds. And I hate to say that about the man, but Goff is a folder when it comes to getting touched. The Lions have a line that can protect him, but if they fail to protect him, which, hey, the Bucks ain't beat the Bay and they coming, bro. I don't expect them to be clean. So to be honest, I like the Bucks. I like the Bucks, and if the Lions come out on top, it'll be because Dan Campbell coached one hell of a game. But I honestly think there's more playoff experience on the Bucks. Their receivers are more seasoned. You got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin who got a ring. You have Wirfs as their left tackle. You have guys that have been all the way on that team. Baker just happens to be the quarterback. But Goff, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't think are there any Lions players that have been deep into the playoffs before? No, they might have one that they picked up, did they?
No, they're the only
Golf.
They only
Golf.
have
Golf. Yeah, Golf took his.
They only have one player that was born the last time the Lions went to the playoffs, and that's the punter.
Well, hey, with that fact, I rest my case. I'm rocking with the Bucks.
Them boys young.
If you were to ask me which redemption story is better, I think both of them have amazing stories, man. But I'm going to be opposite, man. I'm going to go with Goff. And the reason why I say that is because you go from the highest highs to the lowest of low. And when I say that, I'm saying to go to the Super Bowl, like you said, in that offense that they had, to play with the Rams, go to the Super Bowl, you're thinking, hey, even though we didn't get this done, hey, we can go back. I can go back with McVay. We building something here. And to be kind of out of nowhere shifted out to Detroit where careers go to die, we seen what happened with Barry Sanders, we seen what happened with Calvin Johnson, you go there to rock. And for him to be able, him and Dan Campbell to, to get there and kind of resurrect his career. And he got the whole Detroit on his back, and they rocking with him heavy. And don't get me wrong, that's not to say that Baker's story isn't a beautiful story, but I really feel like that roller coaster for Goff is for him to keep fighting, to keep pushing, and to get that dub against his former team last week, man. I think that's just a sweet thing. And, I'm definitely – and same thing with the game. I'm actually riding with the Lions, even though I do think that Tampa has a lot of the experience, like you guys said. And I do believe Goff folds. You're exactly right. You touch Goff up, I think he does. He folds like a lawn chair for sure. But I do like Detroit's line. I do like Gibbs. I like the rookie tight end they have. Offensively, I think they're going to be fine. And defensively, Aaron Glenn has tightened them boys up, So I really do feel like the Lions are going to get it done this weekend.
Man. And we got a million more topics we can go through on this, and we talked about, but we're actually going to end this one because we got some more videos to make with our picks. First one, we got Texans and the Ravens. I'm going to go ahead and obviously take the Ravens in that one. Who y'all got?
I'm going to go with it. I'm going to take the Texans on this one. I feel like C.J. Stroud, they have that confidence. They got another win under their belt, and they're young and just hungry. So we'll see.
Same, man. I got the Texans. In a surprise, man, I got the Texans, man. I got them.
VP, we need to bet on this one. We need to go get us some money, dog. We go get some money, dog.
Facts.
Look, man, I feel like I said, Lamar is about to come in here. He is going to show the Texans that he is not Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
That's what's about to happen, in my opinion. He's about to come in here and show them that he's not one of them. He's not one of them. And I fully expect him to come in. I expect him to show out. I expect him to win because of Lamar, not, in spite of him. I expect him to really come in and remove all doubt, which is what he needs to do.
Has to. He got to lead them boys. Next one we got on Saturday, the late game. The Niners and the Packers. I would think and assume everybody's going to ride with the Niners. That's definitely who I'm riding with. I think they're in the Super Bowl, and I definitely have them as my Super Bowl favorites and team to beat. Just them boys are stacked up like a Madden team right now.
Madden Ultimate Team for sure.
Anybody besides the
man? Look,
Niners.
Niners all day.
Look, somebody got to be the one to join the deep water. All right. I'm not. Hey, look, I wouldn't put money on this one. However, I do like that system that they run, and I do feel like that they run brother systems, with the, like, very similar systems, and that's why they work so well against the Cowboys. It kind of looked like the 49ers when they beat us so bad. So it'll be a day of who runs it the best. And also, I honestly think the Packers have the better quarterback.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
I don't think it's close. I think if you put Jordan Love on the 49ers, they go dang near undefeated. Like if he plays like that, they're pretty much unbeatable. If you give them a real service, not just a service, but a real dude back there, and Purdy's going to go with it. But if you give them a real dude, them dudes might not lose.
Yep.
We got the first game on Sunday, Lions and the Bucks. They got the Lions at a 6-point, I believe, spread that I've seen.
Favorite?
I think the Lions. Bro, yes, favorite by 6.
Got to make some money out here, DP. Come on now.
I think I'm going to take the Lions. I think they're riding high right now. They're at home. They're going to be lit to play in front of that crowd. Dan Campbell going to have them right. Aaron Glenn going to have them right. I don't think I would take that 6 points, though. I feel like it'll be like a walk-off field goal type of win.
I agree.
Like, I'm not going for no 6 with how Baker and Evans didn't even play his best game, and they were still rolling.
I don't see him having 2 ducks in a row.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
so
not at all.
I can't go with that 6. I'm going to take the Lions, but I'm not going with that 6 points. What you got, Will?
I got Bucks, man. I got Bucks. I ain't even going to hesitate. I got Bucks. I like their front 7 to really put pressure on Goff. I think the Lions have a good line, but I don't think they have an all-time great line where you can guarantee that he's about to be clean. He's going to take some shots. He's going to take some hits, and he's going to have to make some really uncomfortable throws that if he were a Jordan Love or if he were a Pat Mahomes, then okay, it wouldn't matter. But nah. And then, of course, they got Antoine Winfield. The back end is too good for me to think that all them air throws that I'm suspecting are about to come are just going to hit the dirt safely. I expect to see a lot of turnovers, and I expect that if Baker can do a better job of limiting his turnovers, which he has done a much better job of doing, of making smart plays, throwing it away, not just chunking it into coverage on some Jameis Winston type stuff. So if he does that, I think the Bucks win, and I think possibly they can win handily.
Okay. What you got, Devin?
I'm going Lions, and I'm the same as you, man. I don't think that that 6 points is high. That's just too many. But I'm going Lions, man. I think the Lions going to get it done. I can see Aiden Hutchinson coming off that edge on the boy Bake. I think the Baker mania is done. I think this is the last week of that, man.
What you got, Justin?
Man, I got the Lions. Because at the end of the day, like Devin said, Hutch gonna come out. He gonna come out that end, and he gonna get at the Baker Mayfield. And I feel like it's gonna be a very offensively sloppy game for the Bucks. I feel there's gonna be turnovers. There's not gonna be any big plays. They're not gonna be able to get the running game well. The passing game gonna be sloppy. Baker will have at least 2 turnovers, and guess what? The Lions will cover that spread. That's what I think.
Okay.
Find out.
And last game, it's the one that everybody wants to watch and everybody's waiting for. Bills and the
Hardest
Chiefs.
one to predict.
I'll start it off once again. I think this is the one Josh Allen gets over the hump in the playoffs versus Patrick Mahomes. He has to. He has the better team. They're riding high at the perfect time. They're like the Packers. They were playing good. The Bucs are playing good. The Bills are all going into the playoffs riding high, doing what they're supposed to. I think that they actually could win by 6 to 8 points, if not around that 10 level, just because if you start getting the Chiefs in them behind, you're going to have to start throwing it in them Chiefs. They don't want to throw the ball for a lot of the game because those guys aren't getting open. And I've seen a lot this year when those guys weren't getting open and they did get behind. Pat got flustered. He was just throwing it up. So that's what I think. If they can get up early, they can hold that because their passing game of the Chiefs isn't what they want to go to come. They want to control the ball with Pacheco.
See, I'm opposite. I think they want to throw the ball. Like I really do, man. I think that's Andy Reid MO since he was in Philly. Like he don't want, and don't get me wrong.
Well, he wants to throw it. He wants to throw it.
Yeah, personnel wise, you're right.
But,
I think that. Yeah, personnel wise, you're right. I think that they need to run the ball, but I think they MO is they gonna come out firing like they always do. If you ask me, put my foot to the fire, man. Bills. I think the Bills are gonna win this game, and I do see Pat getting a little desperate in this game and have some turnovers. I see it happening. I see some frustrations gonna come out, and I think they lose this game, man.
Yeah. What about you, Justin?
Man, I really think that the Chiefs offense is going to rise to the occasion. They're going to ball out. The receivers who are dropping balls, they're going to be catching them because, hey, this is a big rivalry game. Whoever wins this one going to the AFC Championship, get that extra bonus, got to get the bag. So I really do think that it's going to be a tough game. Yeah. I see it being like what you said earlier, walk-off field goal. It's gonna be decided by less than 3 points. So I'm gonna ride with the Chiefs.
Okay, and you will.
I would like to thank Justin for not leaving me on that island for a third pick in a row. Look, man, I have made some betting mistakes in my lifetime. Betting against Brady being one that I repeated. And I've seen people bet against Braun, and I ain't never did that. I'm a huge LeBron fan. But there are some people that you just don't bet against. And I don't give a damn if I'm his receiver at 155 some odd pounds. I'm not betting against Pat Mahomes, dog. I cannot do it. This is the playoffs. It's just different. And if there's anybody that can galvanize his team and make them show up when it matters the most, that's somebody who we don't have to worry about just sitting on his clipboard or playing catch with the warm-up guy while stuff's falling apart. If things start to go wrong, he's getting in people's faces. And before the game, he's making sure that the people who he knows are prone to messing up know that they got to come to play today or expect to be on the first thing smoking. Out of here. Like, just you playing for your jobs. And if I'm Pat Mahomes, I'm telling them straight up, forget the season. Winning cures everything. If we go to the Super Bowl, Kadarius Toney, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, if you can make key catches and not let Rashee Rice be the only dude out here playing football, getting dumb penalties and all this, your job really can be saved. Redemption. The same way all like dudes like that, you in the MVP conversation, now your job, people calling for it. It works both ways. And I know Pat Mahomes knows that as well, and I know he's smart enough to have those conversations. I like his leadership too much to bet against him.
Man, no, those are all, like I said, all valid points. And the best thing for us is the game's got to get played. And we get to watch it. And luckily for the people watching us, they going to get to watch us talk about it, man. And so I'm excited for the divisional weekend. It's going to be a good one. A lot of storylines on no matter who wins what game. Great storylines. The NFC is kind of like the underdog storyline. You got the Purdy, Love, the Lions with Goff, Baker. The AFC is kind of the star-studded side with the young star and Stroud. So you got the two different sides, but it makes out for a lot of different storylines for us to follow. But, man, I appreciate all y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, tell a friend, and we out.
All right.